Right. Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. Sometimes we jump into some pretty complex stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But today we're looking at something that's deceptively simple.
Okay, I like where this is going. Deceptively simple.
Exactly, the power of silence. In leadership, no less.
Interesting. Silence, huh? You got my attention.
Right. And we're pulling from a couple of interesting sources today. First up, we've got this promotional text for a leadership program.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be diving into a YouTube video about, well, leadership skills training.
So we're talking about a program that promises to make you a better leader.
Well, yeah, it says it can help you make more money, too. Even make a difference in the world. All that good stuff.
Okay, color me intrigued. But how does silence fit into all this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And honestly, when I first saw the topic, I had the same thought. Like, how can saying nothing actually make you a better leader?
Yeah, it seems a little counterintuitive, right? Totally.
Yeah.
But that's why we're here, right? To dig into these sources and figure out what they're really saying.
Absolutely. Let's unpack it.
So this program is called Pathway to Leadership. Pretty catchy, right?
Yeah, I've heard of that. It's all over YouTube.
Exactly. It's run by this guy, John Gagnon.
Wait, John Gagnon, the leadership guru? I've seen some of his stuff.
The one and only.
Huh.
And the program is all about, stepping up, becoming a leader in your own life, whatever that looks like for you.
Sounds pretty empowering.
Right. And the whole thing is totally free, available on his YouTube channel.
Free. Okay, so no risk involved, right?
Exactly. What do you have to lose? That's what they're banking on.
Smart marketing.
Yeah.
So where does silence come in?
So that's where this YouTube video comes in. Gagnon, in this video, is talking about essential leadership skills. And right off the bat, he drops this bombshell. Knowing when to be silent, he says, is the most valuable skill a leader can master.
Wow, okay. He doesn't mince words, does he?
Nope. He's straight to the point. And honestly, it made me think about all the times I've put my foot in my mouth, where I wish I'd just kept quiet.
Oh, yeah, I think we've all been there.
Right. I mean, have you ever had those moments where talking less really would have been the better strategy?
All the time. It's like the less I say, the smarter I sound.
Uh-huh. Exactly. And Gagnon really digs into this. He breaks down the specific benefits of silence. And it's not just about avoiding embarrassment,
Right, there's got to be more to it.
Absolutely. He talks about how silence can actually help you become a more effective leader. Like, for instance, he talks about avoiding foolishness.
Avoiding foolishness, I like that.
Right. It's that classic less is more philosophy. But he applies it specifically to leadership. He's saying that carefully choosing your words, or sometimes saying nothing at all, can prevent misunderstandings, build trust, all that good stuff.
It's like sometimes the most powerful statements are the ones left unsaid,
Totally. And then he goes on to connect silence with active listening, which is obviously huge for any leader.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Being able to actually hear what other people are saying, that's gold.
Right. And the Gagnon's whole point is that instead of jumping in to fill every silence in a conversation, we should actually be using that silence to listen more deeply, give people the space to express themselves fully.
Makes sense. It's about making the other person feel heard, understood.
Exactly. It's not about you as the leader dominating the conversation. It's about shifting the focus to the other person.
That's a powerful shift.
Right. And it all comes back to silence. Like that saying, we have two ears and one mouth for a reason.
Haha, yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so we've got avoiding foolishness, we've got active listening. But Gagnon doesn't stop there. He also talks about how silence can help you unlock hidden information.
Hidden information. That sounds a little mysterious.
It is. It's not just about what people are saying out loud, but what they're not saying.
Ah, I see. It's about reading between the lines.
Exactly. Those unspoken cues. The hesitation in someone's voice, the body language, or even like a deliberate silence after someone else has spoken. Sometimes those things can tell you way more than words ever could.
So it's almost like silence gives you a superpower. The ability to see and hear what other people might be missing.
Right. Like, that classic mom look?
Oh, yeah. The one that can stop you dead in your tracks.
Exactly. Pure communication through silence. It speaks volumes.
Uh-huh. So how does this mom look superpower translate to leadership?
Well, Gagnon's saying that as a leader, if you can learn to pay attention to those nonverbal cues, you can start to pick up on things that people aren't saying directly. Like the underlying needs of your team, their concerns, maybe even brilliant ideas that they're not quite ready to voice yet.
So silence becomes a tool for understanding the full picture, not just the surface level stuff.
Precisely. Okay, ready for another benefit?
Hit me.
All right, this one's about authority. Gagnon even throws in a quote from Leonardo da Vinci, who said, "Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence." Pretty powerful, right?
Wow, that's a good one.
It's about projecting confidence, strength, but through composure, a measured approach. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room.
Right. It's about commanding respect through your presence, not your words.
Exactly. And then finally, Gagnon talks about the impact of silence on our own thinking.
Okay, interesting.
So he's saying that in this crazy, noisy world we live in, where we're constantly bombarded with information, taking a few moments of silence actually allows our brains to function at their best.
It's like hitting the reset button.
Totally.
Yeah.
It clears your head, allows for clearer thinking, better decision making. It can even spark those aha moments, lead to breakthroughs.
I feel like I need a silent retreat after just hearing all this.
Right. But seriously, it's about creating space for reflection, for deep thought. And that's where the real magic happens, according to Gagnon.
Makes sense. So how does all of this connect back to Gagnon's Pathway to Leadership program?
Well, remember, the whole premise is that this program can help you become a better leader, make more money, all of that. And what Gagnon seems to be saying is that mastering silence could be the key to achieving all of those things.
It's like a secret weapon for success, right?
Exactly. And the great thing is that he gives practical advice on how to actually incorporate silence into your life. Like finding those pockets of quiet time throughout your day, during your commute, before work, just taking a few mindful breaths, whatever works for you.
Simple but powerful.
Right. And if you want more guidance, his YouTube channel is packed with insights, Pathway to Leadership. Seriously, check it out. It's free. You've got nothing to lose.
And you could learn how to unlock all this amazing potential within yourself.
Totally.
Right.
Okay, so we've talked about the theory, the benefits, but I'm curious, have you ever experienced the power of silence in your own life?
That's a good question. I think I have, actually. It's more about, taking a pause before I react to something, really listening to what the other person is saying, choosing my words carefully.
Yeah. It's tough sometimes, especially when you're in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
But I've found that when I can actually manage to do that, it makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. It can totally change the course of a conversation or even a whole relationship.
Right. It's about being intentional with your silence, not just letting it happen by accident.
Intentional silence. I like that.
It reminds me of that Frank Ocean quote, "Work hard in silence, let success be your noise."
Oh, that's a good one. I haven't heard that before.
It really captures this idea of, putting in the work, honing your skills, and then letting your achievements speak for themselves.
It's about substance over style, action over empty words.
Exactly. And it all comes back to this idea of unlocking your potential, which is what John's program is all about.
So, if you're serious about making a difference, about achieving success, about becoming a better leader, maybe it's time to embrace the power of silence.
It might just be the secret ingredient you've been missing. And hey, who knows? Maybe it'll even lead to a bigger paycheck.
Always a nice bonus, right?
Exactly. So if you want to learn more from John Gagnon himself, make sure to check out his YouTube channel, Pathway to Leadership. Tons of great stuff there, all for free.
You really can't beat that.
All right, well, that about wraps up our deep dive into the power of silence.
Yeah, some really interesting stuff to think about.
We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and hey, maybe even a little bit challenging.
Definitely. It's a whole new way of thinking about leadership.
Absolutely. So next time you find yourself in a situation where you're not sure what to say, remember, sometimes the most powerful choice is to say nothing at all.
And in the meantime, keep learning, keep leading, and keep listening.
And we'll see you back here soon for another deep dive. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye for now.